Hi everyone, I'm Shweta. She is Ginny, and we are from Guinea's planet. And we have Poulomi, who is also from Guinea's planet in all the ways you can think possible. Hi, Poulomi.
Hi, good afternoon, and that's so nice of you, Shweta. Yes, that's so true. I really like this introduction this time. In fact, yeah.
Right now, I'll introduce you more. But before we go to that, we are here again to remind you that on 30th May, we're coming back with the third edition of A Day on Guinea's Planet. And this time, we've planned it more like a weekend. So, half day on 29th and full day on 30th with over 15 events. And we think it's food for the soul, and we think you all deserve it. You all deserve to learn, hope, and cope in your own ways. Um, and which is why Poulomi is coming in with something different this time.
Yeah.
So she's. Let me tell you first about Poulomi before I ask her to also say something about herself. So Poulomi, like I said, like this, in all ways possible, you can think of her as somebody who is on Guinea's planet and from Guinea's planet. Um, she is somebody who's done an MBA, has been a development professional, still is. Um, Loves to make things. So there is like no time that you can think of when she's not making something. So initial workshops, if you've been to on Guinea's planet, you must have seen her making Guinea, then doing things with origami, then doing something with yarn, and this time she's coming with doodling.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, Shweta. I just feel that the pen is, has sort of gone underrated in many years.
mm,
So I think we are just trying to do something with our hands, a little bit of hope, and with something as humble as a pen or pencil. In fact.
right. So Paulomi, before we come to why doodling this time, is there anything else that you would like to add about yourself? Because I've said a few things, but I'm sure that's not all about you.
Okay, I mean, I always keep on saying that though I try my level best to live without labels, but I also understand it also creates a sense of familiarity for others, to get to know a person. So I was once an engineer, sort of coming from very mainstream thoughts and ideas, as mainstream as anyone can think of, right? But I think, and that's where I think my understanding of liminality has started, Shweta, very early. Because it's not about you are this or that. It's about if you are actually exposed to a kind of reflection or a reflective upbringing, then I think you can move out of any boundaries and create things which you want to do. Yes, I was an engineer. I worked in corporate. I worked in CSR. I did MBA. But I think I would like to express myself or introduce myself, everyone, that I'm a person who is always curious to find new ways of expressing myself, because I think that is what I feel creates a sense of calm for me, right? And expressing without the pressure of making it nice and good. That's the more difficult aspect, right? That I am exploring myself to discover that this is also something which makes me happy. And I think most of my work, even what I choose to do, even in my professional career, I have always tried to go to such spaces and do and explore and push myself into that. So that is pretty much who I am. Now your next question, I think, ask as much as possible. Why doodle and okay, so
Yeah,
doodle,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like, so shifting, we know that you love origami, like, but this
yeah,
time you
yeah.
shifted from your love of origami to doodling.
Mm.
What brought that shift for this particular session?
Oh, okay, so I think two things. One is so origami is extremely calming. Origami is also a kind of magic, right? A humble paper can create many other things, but origami also stems from a position of structure, right? It also may cause you anxiety to follow the steps and finally come up with something at the end of it, right? Uh, what we are trying to make. Whereas when you're drawing, there is no such pressure, because everything, even a dot on a paper, can have its own meaning because you wanted to do that. And I think in the current times where everything is in disarray, right, we are rethinking about our choices and life as an overhaul. I think we all need that that space to be free and yet to create and yet to go back with, with even half an hour, 40 minutes of something which we really, enjoy it, and that will be a little bit of refreshing thing. So that's the difference. I consciously stayed away from origami this time because I do not want to go to a workshop where people will come and they will be, I mean, they will enjoy, definitely. I know my facilitation process, but not for a single moment I want anyone to try and follow and keep up with it. Nobody is able to keep up with anything at this point of time. Rather, we will all discover our own pace, and together, maybe all of us will create a collage, which we will all take back with memories.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, and I think these days, I've heard many people, including some of the resource persons that we get in touch with often,
Mm,
that many people are feeling overwhelmed, like as if
mm,
you can't focus, as if you can't do certain things that you would do. It's easier to turn inwards and do what you like rather than do something with other people. And even
yeah,
facilitate a session. So even that's becoming hard for people these days.
right,
Um,
right, right,
yeah.
yeah.
So how are
Yeah.
you managing that, Paulomi?
Okay, so I don't say that it's easy. It's often tiring at the end of the day, but I also try and find out. I think drawing and painting has been a recurring part of my life, that even not doing anything but just, with one color doing a, watercolor on a piece of paper actually gives me a sense of calm for that period of time. I'm not in pressure to follow up with every other thing. And uh, and I think what keeps me grounded, Shweta, or makes me do, is the sheer humility, which is difficult. We all speak about this word. It's not easy to fathom that we are, but living with this. I mean, we all had been taught, or we were all brought up in a very productive environment where sense of control gives us calm, right? And suddenly there is none of that at the current scenario. Uh, and I think that is what also made me choose this, right? So we don't want to control the produce or what we are going to make. So trying to say that I cannot control many things. The only thing I can control is this moment that I'm speaking with you. I have to be as genuine, as authentic, and as grounded as I can. Um, and I think it's easier said than done, but I think that is what I'm trying to practice at every point in time.
Thank you for sharing that, Paulomi. And this time we are gearing up to do this more for adults. All the children may also join if they want to, but we are actually focusing on adults this time for your session. So that's also something which is slightly different from the last few.
Right. So I think everybody is welcome, but also we expect that older people will have more control with a pen and pencil. Though those who have been a part of my workshop understand that I try to make it as democratic as possible so that no one is left out. And at the same point of time, I think what is very important and becoming very, very delicate at this point in time is to deal with memories, right? Memories are coming to us in very many ways. So the doodling workshop will also be, as Shweta coined it, is turning inner and trying to find maybe express memories, because often we struggle to put them together and they only come to us in in a very different way, right? I mean, when we are not able to get that physical being or the person all around. So we'll try and see, we will learn to observe, we will try to fall back on memories and see that how much we can render it on one piece of paper, and maybe take back our own stories, each one unique of our own.
Thank you. Thank you, Paulomi. So we look forward to your session on 30th, and so having you back again.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
And lots of things, all the best. I mean, looking forward to everyone. All the best. Sounds are very, I mean, what to say, very empty these days. But I think Eid Mubarak, everyone. And like that moon, which never really comes, but we all hope for it, right? For the last 1 month. So I think hope is the last best thing. Uh, at least hold on to that much, and the rest we will do. We will cope. We will all be together in this. In fact. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So bye, Paulomi. I'll just say two more things to the audience before we sign off. Yeah.
Sure. So bye and see you all. Please take care, stay safe, and keep hoping. Thank you. Bye.
So you heard Paulomi. You know what she's planning. You know that this time it's more about how we cope, how we are together, how we deal with our memories, how we gear up to take care of ourselves as we continue to deal with what's happening around you. So, with all these thoughts, we are designing many sessions like these where you can join what you like. No pressure, but we do have over 15 events. So, whether you or children around you would like to join, we look forward to having you join us for a day on Guinea's Planet, which this time is more like a weekend. Go to guineasplanet.com, book your ticket, or you can also choose to sponsor some of these spots for our members from partner NGOs. It'll be great if you could do that. If you can't make it, just sponsor a spot for somebody else. Um, Thank you so much. We look forward to meeting you. Bye, everyone.